Hey team, Marauder 6 here with a quick briefing on Operation Safe Passage, which is our brigade's operation to not only survive, but thrive during the time of the coronavirus. So I'm going to talk about the commander's intent, the lines of effort, and the phases of our operation. And Command Sergeant Major Crowfoot's going to cover 5 hot topics that you're probably thinking of right now. First of all, let's talk about the commander's intent. Number 1 point of the commander's intent is safety is our number 1 priority. Be disciplined. Take the steps. Don't contract the virus. Don't spread the virus. Keep yourself, our civilians, and our families safe. That's our number 1 priority. Number 2, we've got to constantly balance risk to mission with risk to force. Every Marauder leader is empowered to make those decisions. The mission is important, but people are more important. So never put our recruiters at risk, but we do have to get after this soft contract mission, and we'll talk more about that later. Number 3, communicate, communicate, communicate. This is a movement to contact. Things are changing every single day, but if we can communicate, we can win. Number 4, be creative and be collaborative, okay? Some people say think outside the box. I say there is no box to think inside of. If you can dream it, you can do it. Be creative and share your ideas with others with good collaboration. And lastly, build readiness. This is a great time to knock out all our 350-1 training, all our DD93, STLI, all the admin stuff, and let's make sure we're ready when we come out on the other side of this. Hey, for our lines of effort, we've got 3 main lines of effort that we're focused at the brigade level. Line of effort 1, health of the force. That's doing our PT, and that's monitoring our people and the situation in every single state when it comes to the virus. That's line of effort 1. Line of effort 2, future soldier management. We're talking about shipping, renegotiations, future soldier pay and bonuses, how we work with MEPs. Our brigade ops section has got the lead on that, and Sergeant Major Crowfoot's going to talk a little bit more about that in a second. Line of effort 3, virtual recruiting operations. Okay, we're focused on these soft contracts, and we're going to get them by virtual means. And that's our 3rd line of effort, virtual recruiting operations. Okay, I see this operation going down in 4 phases. The first phase was stabilization. That was us figuring out the new normal, getting used to working at home, getting all our systems up and running, and getting better at our virtual recruiting. The CG told us phase 1 is complete. As of this Monday, we are in phase 2, which is virtual recruiting operations, or those steady state operations. That's where we're focused on getting the max number of people, the max number of soft contracts through virtual means. Okay, probably in about 30 to 45 days, again, I'm not a doctor, I don't know for sure, but I would say in about 30 days to 45 days, we'll start going to phase 3, which is return to recruiting operations. That's where we kind of ramp off and ramp down on the virtual, and we really ramp up on the face-to-face. We're getting back into the stations. The stations are going green. One thing about phase 3 is that is going to be, it's going to happen at a different time for all our companies and all our battalions. We may have battalions in phase 3 and still have other battalions in phase 2, but we'll make that call on the ground and make it happen. Last phase is the full court press. We're going to be coming into the end of 3rd quarter, 4th quarter of the FY. We're going to have to surge, throw everything we got at this mission. So that's what I got for our commander's intent, our lines of effort, and our phases. And I'll hand it over to Sergeant Major Crowfoot to talk about 5 hot topics. Go ahead, Sergeant Major.
Thank you very much, sir. Hey, Marauders, it's great to be on the team. It's great to have you out there, seeing all the great things you guys are doing with the challenges, especially all those little PT challenges. But I want to talk to you about the 5 hot topics that have been coming up all on from either the CG's town hall or just through emails and Facebook and stuff out there. So the first thing we want to talk to you about is the soft contract goals. So as we go into this phase 2, it's very important that we understand that we're going to ask you to tell your teams this week on what you think you can contribute as a soft contract over the next phase line May. So start on Thursday, we will have a conversation with all your command teams about what they think they can contribute as a team, as a company, all the way up to the brigade mission. So with that, those are future soldier reservations, those are pie cats, those are paper packets are all signed off and filled out, and a projection in the system. So there's different levels of that, and that your command teams all know that. So, and they'll report that up to us. But we're asking you for your input on that as you send it up to us. Hot topic number 2, future soldiers. So we'll start with future soldiers to active duty. It's a very limited program. We're trying to take care of those future soldiers that were renoed and have a hardship. They possibly lost their job. They quit and moved on because they were expecting to leave, and the coronavirus happened, and we could not ship them. So we can bring them on to active duty. We can pay them like a normal E1 would get paid, but they have to be on active duty. They work for the battalion. They cannot have a civilian job during that time. And it's limited. It's limited to hardship cases. The other thing is the coronavirus bonus. So there is different levels to that. There's a 2,000, there's a 3,000, or a 2,000, a 6,000, up to 6,000. So what that is if they were renewed in a time frame because of the coronavirus and pushed out, depending on how long they were being pushed out, they were going to get an additional bonus anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 added into their enlistment contract. The next thing is I want to talk to you about shippers. As we come out of this, it's going to be very important to the accession mission that the people that we have that are already in the system as enlistments and waiting to ship out, whether they were renewed or they're just high school graduates pending the graduation, we're going to need them to ship out. Treat them like your family, treat them like your soldiers, make sure that we're following up with them daily so we can ship them out when it comes time for them to go. The next hot topic is leave. So I'm going to tell you, the first thing is emergency leave. There's a lot of stop movement right now, but if you have an emergency thing, get a Red Cross message. Colonel Lopez or I can send a note, and within an hour or two, we can get a leave approved by the CG that has a Red Cross message that meets the intent of emergency leave. The next type of leave is PCS. So PCS leave is on stop right now. There's no PCS. It's been halted. There is extreme cases where there's ETPs out there. It goes very high up, all the way up to the Secretary of the Army's office. So I'm going to tell you, hey, look, if right now, plan accordingly, work with the teams, make sure your chain of command knows that is there to help you. But if it's an extreme case, we will see how we can support you to make sure your PCS happens. But right now it's on hold, and you have to understand that you have to do your part with your current situation. The next thing is non-local leave. So these are hardship cases where you have to go back to outside your local area, which has been defined as 250 miles, or your battalion's area of operation. So what I would tell you is just it is the Deputy Commanding General of TRADOC is the approving authority, and he is approving hardship cases. So make sure if you're going to do this, it's got to be a hardship cases. And I understand we have a lot of GO bachelors. We understand you're going through some tough situations out there, but if you have a hardship, we will try and support you and get you home with that ETP. So the last thing I want to talk to you about is the sprint at the end. And the colonel called it the ramp up, the surge, the full court press. Hey, listen, when we come out of this, we're going to be asked to do a lot. The Army has never taken a pause like this before, ever. So as we come out of this, we're going to be asked to do more than we've been asked to do in the past. And with that means there's going to be a lot of challenges. There's going to be a lot of stress on the force. We ask that you communicate, make sure we get ahead of it. If there's certain things that concern you now, let us know so we can get those RFIs and get them back to you so you understand what's going to go. But the all-volunteer force is going to have to get filled, and it's going to take us to do that because we've taken a big pause and something we've never done before. So with that, Marauders, I look forward to us getting back to normal operations. You guys stay safe out there. Sir, that's all I have.
Cool. Thanks, Sergeant Major. Hey, Marauders, appreciate everything you do every day. Please keep your families safe. Please stay safe yourself, and keep up the great work. We're proud of all that you do every single day for our Army and for our nation. Marauders.
Marauders.